For me, deeper learning is not about reciting information. It's making sure that these students understand that that science that they are learning is actually part of them. Taking these concepts and thinking about what's happening in their families, in their surrounding, this is more deeper learning. So today we were investigating non-human populations that is actually affected by the urbanization and how human impacted the surrounding area around the cities. Today we start to look at rats. They were observing and they were asking questions, and that these questions actually led to the investigation. Now look at the data and think about what we did like yesterday. And I'm going to show you your pictures doing the investigation. So just to refresh your memory, you can explain to your partner, what did we do yesterday? What did we look at? What was the important word? What was the pressure? Remember, you can use any language. This is you talking with your partner to refresh your memory.
النبات اللي سويناه هيبين الأصفر.
أيوة.
هذا معناته بيكون سرفايف عنده أكثر لأنه عنده مساحة وذكي زيادة. كم نسبة هاي بالمية؟ نسبة 59. هاي 80.
This is the same, right? The city is the 84%. Here is
Aquí fue donde ya ves que aquí fue frío, porque este
this is the
That one is for about is not urban, it's urban. I'm gonna say good, good, and that's good. That's a good because you take the percentage is more. The forest is disappear later and later. You know, it have 79% is going to disappear. In the past, the first yes,
9%.
90%.
59%.
فورست. بالفورست لما بيوقع على الأرض بيعيشوا بس هون ماتوا لأن ما في شو اسمه
ما في
أي بده يطيروا يروحوا على الطريق البنايات ما بيعيشوا كتير أما هدول بيعيشوا حتى في الغابات وحتى في الفورست حتى في السيتي بيعيشوا أكتر يعني ما كانوا 59 97.
So we investigated this case study and we have the data. Today we are going to move to the rats population. Who can tell me, what do you know about rats?
ناس بيعيشوا بالمدينة.
They live in the city, okay? Only in the city?
The forest
And the home sometimes.
And the forest sometimes?
When they didn't find food in the forest, they moved to city.
ناس قلتي إنه بياكل شيء السم يعني ما بيصير السم مرات يعني قلتي بيصير مثل دقيقة في شيء بدقيقة.
Oh, so you want to get rid of them and you want to tell them to kill them by poison. Okay, let us talk about this idea. We will expand today. This is our investigation. Thank you, Shireen, for bringing that. You are going to see a video. It's like 30 seconds. You are going to write at least 2-3 questions. Remember, no explanation. So I'm going to stop here, and I want you to think about what did you see. I don't want you to write any information. Just ask a question. Maybe ask something for the farmer, ask something for Miss Yaya. Something is in your brain because I hear a lot of wows. Wow. In the farm we have insects? Maybe, yeah. We don't know. We are going to try to investigate and look for these answers, okay? Good. Nice question. Can you think about other questions until I come back?
كيف بيعيشوا بين بعض؟
كيف كلهم بيعيشوا مع بعض؟
عددهم كبير مرة ليش المجموعة كبيرة منهم بنفس المكان؟
Share with your friend so you don't have the repetitive question. Ready to share?
Nice. Reproduce so quickly.
Okay, rats reproduce quickly. Ahriman,
How live together?
how they live together? Why did you ask this question? What was the wonder in your brain?
كيف يعني بيعيشوا سوا؟ بياكلوا.
Oh, so how, like, their numbers is huge and they are living in that space?
وعددهم كتير.
Yeah, they have a high number, so their population is high. Okay? Next.
Why they are live same area?
Why pick a group from the rats in the same place?
So why the big group in the same place? So I can see this is a question that everyone is wondering.
How we can kill them?
How we can kill them? That's a good question. Maybe today we can answer some of these questions. Yes. So we talked in previous unit about DNA and about amino acid and mutations and everything. So we are going to look at the poison, okay? So before we start talking about the poison, I want to show you another video, but this time for a big city. This is Tokyo. Is it a small city or a big city?
Big city.
A big city. Let us see what's the problem here now. So what do you think is the problem here in this market? And what do you think they are trying to do here? Let us see. We have a problem in Tokyo market, biggest market. What do you think was the problem? What did you catch in the video?
شو اسمه الإنسان عم يرش السم عشان يموتوا.
So you are giving me what they did, but what was the problem?
إنهم كثار بالمدينة ما بدهم يكونوا بالمدينة عشان الأكل الفيران.
So do you agree that we have a problem that too many rats is a problem? How we can solve the problem?
Food pictoramis.
So I hear Shahid say poison, and Marianne and Brenda, what do you think is the solution for our problem?
Toxin.
So he said the problem is with the food. Yes, Shahid?
يصير معهم مناعة الفيران.
Oh, so you say there is a resistant? So if I'm going to resist a disease or a poison, what do you think I need to change inside my body if I am a rat?
Mutation.
Huh?
Mutation.
Mutation? Where?
DNA.
DNA. So can we prove that? Can we prove that? So if all the rats have the mutation, do you think all of them will survive from the poison? Let us see what Japan tell us. Now, if they have the mutation and they can resist the poison, so if they eat, they don't die. I'm thinking like now a scientist. I'm thinking about the 80%. Anyone have a question about the 80%?
هدول بيعيشوا؟
Yeah.
مس 20 تاني ليش ما بيعيشوا؟
عندهم mutation.
So you say 80% they have mutation? And Aziz is saying, what about the 20%?
هم فورا هدول 20 بيموتوا ولا مريضين؟
Oh, that's a good question. Now she's asking, is the 20% dying or they are sick? So she's thinking like you now. Okay, what happened to the 20%? You tell me, Miss Yaya, the population have resistance. They have the mutation. Thank you, Shahed. So today, this is what we are going to do. We are going to investigate. We are going to act like the scientists. The science say 80% surviving, 20% not surviving. Is this correct? Can we make an experiment now and see if this is correct, if this number is correct? Okay, so I'm going to give you an instruction in all the languages that you speak. Basically, I have the English, but if you need your language, it's available there. Okay, so do I give you the English first? Try to read it, and if you're struggling, I will give you your language. Can we do that? Okay. Only page 1. If you are struggling with the language, you can go and pick your language. There is Arabic, Spanish, and Swahili. So every group will get what? One. How many generations do you think we are going to track? Okay, maybe 5. I don't know. It depends on our data. What do you need? The circles. What is the circles? The beads, okay? What's the colors that you see? Okay. Why Miss Yaya picked blue and red? Female and male? Or we are tracking genes? Everyone, You should have your poster like this with your group.
Red
Yes,
to blue.
because you want both color here and the here red and the blue.
And blue? Two blue. Two blue, one red. Two blue leaves و one red. هيك تمام. شوف. والهاي تكون بي ار صح؟ ار بي.
is
Todos van a quedar BB, van a quedar como 5.
يمكن هون يا ريد بلو وهون بلو بلو
20 40 50 60%.
So which one have the resistant gene?
Red blue.
Which one have the mutation?
Red.
I don't know. You were supposed to read. The red. Now, before I continue, I want to make sure that everyone know how to do the Punnett square. Here's a Punnett square on the floor. Who's going to be the teacher? Aziz, you pick a helper. Do you want to allow Muhammad to help you?
خلي محمد تسوي إذا صار في مشكلة أنا بصلحها.
Okay.
طب محمد سوي.
You see Muhammad? Aziz, help Muhammad.
لا دي غلط. هي أحمر جيبها هون هي اثنين فوق. هي.
Oh, that's a good question. If I mix them, is it the same results? Let us see. So what's the result of the offspring? Can someone read the result for me? We have the 4 squares here, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the percent here? The one that we did.
25?
25%? What?
No, 50.
50.
50? So 50% is going to be resistant or normal? Normal. What about this one?
Normal.
50.
20,
25.
25, 25 is going to be resistant or normal?
normal. Resistant.
Resistant. What do we say? Every time you see a red, this means this is your mutation. And if you want to be actually surviving, you need to have what? This, okay? So the rat now, who's going to survive? These rats or these rats?
These rats.
Why?
Because
They have what?
Red.
Red color. What is the red color representing? The genes, the mutation, the resistant mutation. So now we are looking where this is going, okay? How many offsprings are going to reproduce with that gene? So now let us look at the results. So you have 50%. Are you sure? Okay. So 3, 2, 1. Generation number 1. Can we pay attention here? I know sometimes math can be tricky in Punnett square, but remember, we want to see, is our numbers the same like the scientists in Tokyo? So we are scientists, and the people in Tokyo also, they are telling me 80% survive. So what we are going to see, how many in this generation we have resistant to the poison? How many reds do you see?
1.
1, okay? Now when we make the crossing, we see that there's the second generation is coming. So my first generation, how many of them are having the genes?
25%.
Yeah.
So only 25% of their genes is resistant. What you are doing now, we are trying to see if their kids are going to have the resistant. So what we are crossing, we are finding the generation 2. Now this is now where we are going to write what is your result. This is generation 2. Let us see what's in generation 2. Just copy your answer in these circles. Can we do that? Generation 1, the parents. We always focus on the parents in generations, okay? Now generation 2 is this one who's going to make more babies, okay? So generation 1 here, what do you have? What did you start? How many resistant? 1. And if I do the calculation, what's the percent? Only 25% from my population. Is it the same like Tokyo? What was the Tokyo percent? 80. So this population is not living in the city, yeah? Okay, or I didn't give them the poison yet.
Same with this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, same like
RB.
this. Just that one have a B B B B
RBB.
B B. Yes.
شوفي هاي A1 أي 4 سوري.
So here, 1 is with A.
الدي.
Do you remember when we say we always need to organize ourselves in genetics so I don't make a mistake? C and D. So here, 1 is with A. Okay, so you put red, blue with blue, blue. So why do we have one gene? You remember the alleles are 2? So red, blue, red, blue. And then what do we do? Second, 2 with what? Now we are going to take these couples like we learned and do the crossing. You can do this or you can use your beads. There's more beads if you want, okay? So how many do we have here? 8. This is what? Total. How many have red?
2.
Okay, we have 2. Divide over 8. What do you think is the percent? 25%. Only 25% is resisting. We didn't reach the magic number. What's the magic number for Tokyo? 80%. But I want you to look at the table. What's the difference here in the table? Poison. Which generation is the poison coming? 5. 4. So tomorrow we are going to put poison and we will see, is our number going to change like Tokyo or no? As a teacher, I want them to excel. The short term, of course, in any school is like the formative, summative assessment, MCAS, district benchmarks. But on the longer term, this is where I want them to go. Is this material or what they are learning in this class is actually inspiring you to choose your occupation in the future? I love biology and I wish that students see the beauty in the science. And even if they don't go to a college level in biology, at least they can use it in their daily life.